a rematch of one of the more underrated matchups as we hit episode 9 of Defending the Streak. One more left, and the one more left is going to be against Brock Lesnar, as Punk and The Undertaker are set to lock horns at WrestleMania. Underrated to say the least, and a match that, in my opinion, could have main evented if WWE actually cared about CM Punk and did not fixate on The Rock and John Cena. But a piledriver catches Taker off guard this early in the matchup. Taker is now using what he does best, strikes, and Punk is using his educated feet. Punk gets caught off guard again. Punk's got to keep moving. If he keeps moving, it'll keep him in the matchup. But if he lets Taker get his power, then Taker will get the better of CM Punk. Taker rocks Punk, but Punk reversed him. Speaking of catching Taker off guard, a sharpshooter is the easiest way to catch the Undertaker off guard. Putting Taker in a submission this early is a astute way of handling the dead man. And props to Punk for thinking outside the box. Taker was going for an arm wringer, but Punk takes him down. Punk went for the Shining Wizard, but Taker reversed him. Complete shot. But Punk gets right back up. Taker rocks him back. Taker gets flown over the top rope. Punk hits the low bridge, and Taker gets sent flying over the top rope as these two men end up on the outside. These two men end up on the outside. Punk. Shining Wizard the second time around. Shining Wizard the second time around. Measuring him is CM Punk, laying in the boot to The Undertaker. Taker sits up. Saito suplex, or Wriggleplex. More like it. A Wriggleplex is more like it, as we are at a count of 5, and these two finally return to the ring. Taker gets right back up. Punk gets himself right back into the ring. Just a stiff right hand by The Undertaker. Stiff right hand by The Undertaker. Punk and Taker collide mid-ring. Step up Enzuigiri takes down The Undertaker. Taker reverses Punk. Big boot takes down Punk. Scoop slam. Leg drop. A running stomp by The Undertaker. Anything works. Taker. I've seen him do this move so many times throughout the years in WWE video games that it's almost like I think it's something that is coincidentally a part of his arsenal, but I don't know if I've ever seen him do it in real life. Taker went for an elbow strike, but I think Punk slid out of the way. Punk, springboard clothesline takes down The Undertaker. A springboard clothesline takes down Taker. Punk's trying to keep Taker down. Taker's now fighting back. Punk. The last ride. The last ride. And Taker. Punk kicked out. Punk kicked out. Taker's going to the top rope. The Undertaker's going to the top rope. Taker's measuring Punk. Props to Punk for kicking out of the last ride. Taker takes him down with it. I don't know if that was a clothesline or a double axe handle, but either way, he took down Punk. Punk reversed him. Snap suplex by Punk. Taker blocks Punk. Taker goes for a lariat, misses wildly. Punk. Wait a second. CM Punk has Taker up. Punk has Taker up. The go to sleep. The go to sleep. And Taker kicks out at the count of 2. Or what I believe to be the count of 2. Taker gets himself up. Waylays Punk off the top. Taker's measuring Punk. Taker's bringing him in. Tombstone pile driver. The tombstone connects. Ladder press. And Punk kicked out. Somehow Punk kicked out. Somehow CM Punk kicked out. Taker measures him. Punk ducks the big boot. Punk ducks the big boot. Taker just waylays him with a right hand. Full package. And Taker kicks out. Punk caught him off guard. Punk caught him off guard and almost capitalized, but Taker was able to regain his composure quick enough to kick out before it really got too close to call. Swinging neckbreaker by Punk keeps down the Undertaker. Taker, I think Taker's rolling on the corner, crawling himself to the corner. Punk, alley-oop, takes Taker out of the corner. Punk's attacking the arm of the Undertaker. You gotta figure that may be softening him up for the Anaconda Vice. You gotta figure that may soften him up for the Anaconda Vice. Taker, twist, neckbreaker by Punk. Punk's going for the ladder press. And Taker kicks out. Punk's gotta do more if he wants to keep down the dead man. He's gotta do more if he wants to keep down the dead man. Punk's measuring Taker. Punk's measuring Taker. Double axe handle. Taker blocks it. Taker blocks him. Punk. Reverse neckbreaker. Or reverse backbreaker. Taker. Taker's fighting back with strikes. Taker goes back to the arm of Punk. Taker goes back to the arm of CM Punk. He draws him in. He draws him in for the tombstone. He draws him in for the tombstone. Right in the middle of the ring again. But Taker collapses. Taker collapses. But he's able to regain enough of his composure to be able to get back quick enough for the lateral press. 2. Punk kicked out. Punk kicked out. Punk kicked out. CM Punk kicked out. Big boot takes down Punk. Big boot takes down Punk. Taker gets sent to the floor by Punk. Taker gets sent to the floor by Punk. I think Taker's just trying to regain his composure, getting a little distance between himself and Punk. Punk with a tope suicida. Punk with a tope suicida surprises the Undertaker. Punk with a tope suicida surprising the Undertaker. A power slam on the outside by the Undertaker. A power slam on the outside by the Undertaker. Taker plants Punk. Punk reverses Taker. Punk reverses Taker. Punk and Taker are getting back in the ring. Wait a second. Vintage Undertaker. Vintage Undertaker with the leg drop. Vintage Undertaker with the leg drop. Taker. Again. The last ride. The last ride. But you gotta figure Taker didn't go for the lateral press due to Punk's proximity to the ropes. Taker. Punk goes to the floor. Punk goes to the floor. I think Taker put a little too much on that Irish whip, and he sent Punk sailing over the top rope to the floor. Punk gets back up. Taker! Punk moved out of the way. Taker goes sailing to the floor like he did in that match with Shawn Michaels, only the cameraman's not there to catch him. Punk gets reversed. Taker sends Punk back into the ring. Taker goes up top. Taker's going up top. Diving lariat by The Undertaker. Diving lariat by The Undertaker. Diving lariat by The Undertaker. Taker. A bad time for it. A bad time for it. Tombstone. Tombstone. Rope break. That's why I said a bad time for it. Wait, Punk. Schoolboy. I mean small package. Punk surprised him with a roll-up. Blocked him. Headlock takeover by Punk. Headlock takeover by Punk. Punk is still taking it to The Undertaker somehow. Wait a second. Punk sends Taker into the corner. Could we see it? No. Taker reversed him. Taker with a big right. Punk reversed him. Taker reversed him. It's back and forth we go. It is back and forth we go. Excuse me. Taker gets taken down with a lariat. Punk, even when he gets reversed, Punk pulls another move out of his arsenal. Taker. Punk goes for a vertical suplex, but Taker reversed him. Hits him with a chop block. Into the ropes goes The Undertaker. A power slam by Punk. A power slam by Punk. A power slam by Punk. Punk is trying to keep Taker down. Attacking the ribs of The Undertaker is CM Punk. And a short arm clothesline. Taker! Only in a sight you'd only see in a WWE video game. Taker with a a small package. And The Undertaker wins with a small package. The Undertaker wins with a small package, successfully defending his undefeated streak. Taker beats Punk with a small package, gaining the victory in defending the streak number 9, which means the next one is Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. Will Brock again break the streak, or will Taker be able to defeat the Beast next time on Defending the Streak?